The event unfolds across a snow-covered field in the Donetsk direction, captured from above during an ongoing Ukrainian drone operation. A Russian soldier breaks into a sprint toward an approaching drone, attempting to disrupt it with his bare hands. The next sequence unfolds near a ruined residential area in Donetsk. A Ukrainian drone detects a group of Russian soldiers carrying a stretcher while attempting to evacuate a wounded teammate. As two of them approach the entrance of a damaged building, another drone rapidly closes in. From above, the movement is confirmed, and the engagement follows, abruptly halting the evacuation effort and reinforcing how visible logistics and casualty movement remain under constant aerial surveillance. Along a forest edge near Pokrovsk, a Ukrainian drone closes in on a Russian soldier lying on the ground while recovering from an earlier drone strike. The position is quickly confirmed. Nearby, another soldier hiding behind a tree is detected and engaged in sequence. Not far away, a third soldier, concealed inside a concrete pipe, is also located. Each position is addressed in turn, showing how layered aerial surveillance removes one hiding place after another once movement patterns are exposed. In a forested area toward the Pokrovsk direction, a Russian soldier abandons his motorcycle and attempts to escape on foot, believing speed and cover might be enough. From above, a Ukrainian drone maintains uninterrupted tracking, adjusting altitude and angle as the distance slowly collapses. The attempt to break contact fails. Not far away, another scene unfolds as a group of 3 Russian soldiers reacts in panic when an FPV drone suddenly descends into the center of their formation. The sudden appearance disrupts coordination immediately. 2 soldiers hesitate, caught off guard, and rush toward a nearby tree in an attempt to use it as cover. The terrain offers no real protection. The drone holds alignment, waits for the moment of commitment, and completes the engagement. Nearby, another soldier remains concealed behind a tree, believing the position is secure. As the drone approaches, he realizes the mistake and breaks into a run, exposing himself in the process. The aerial view leaves no ambiguity. Movement replaces concealment, and the drone closes in. In several instances throughout the sequence, soldiers attempt to rely on thermal masking garments, remaining still in hopes of avoiding detection. From the air, these measures prove ineffective. The footage demonstrates how persistent aerial surveillance, speed, and precision overwhelm improvised countermeasures, turning forests into controlled spaces where escape options steadily disappear under constant pressure. The next situation unfolds on the edge of a village toward Pokrovsk. A Ukrainian drone identifies a Russian soldier wearing a thermal masking garment while standing near a fence beside a damaged house. From above, the contrast and posture still draw attention. After a brief observation window, the drone closes distance and commits with precision. Following the engagement, the soldier appears injured and attempts to move along the fence line to find cover. The drone remains overhead, maintaining visual contact and tracking the slow relocation. The sequence illustrates how improvised thermal measures and static cover offer limited protection once aerial surveillance confirms position and movement. Along a forest edge, toward Pokrovsk, a Ukrainian drone identifies a Russian soldier, curled motionless beneath a fallen branch, attempting to blend into the terrain. The aircraft descends cautiously, confirming the position from multiple angles. As the drone closes in, the soldier tries to rise and flee, but the reaction comes too late. The engagement follows, underscoring how stillness and concealment offer little protection once aerial tracking is established. Near a contested forest edge, a Russian soldier remains concealed inside dry brush, relying on stillness to avoid detection. When the sound overhead grows louder, panic sets in. He breaks cover and runs toward another tree, searching for protection. The movement exposes his position. A Ukrainian drone adjusts immediately, closes distance, and completes the engagement. The moment shows how sudden movement under pressure often turns concealment into vulnerability. Toward the Pokrovsk direction, a Ukrainian drone patrols along the forest edge and detects a group of Russian soldiers moving by ATV across exposed ground. The aircraft commits immediately, closing distance before the vehicles can change direction. Nearby, at the base of a tree, another group of Russian soldiers is resting, unaware they have been spotted. A second drone descends and engages, breaking the pause without warning. Farther along the tree line, a third Ukrainian drone follows a narrow corridor of cover and identifies two more soldiers traveling by ATV, towing a supply cart behind them. From above, speed, spacing, and load are clearly visible. The drone tightens its approach, confirms the target, and executes a precise attack. The sequence highlights how mobility and logistics become liabilities once aerial surveillance establishes continuous control over movement corridors. Another soldier tries to engage a second incoming drone with small arms fire, but the attempt fails to alter its path. The footage is released by Ukraine's 414th Separate UAV Brigade Madar Birds, which reports large-scale drone activity across the Donetsk sector. According to the unit, more than 30 drones were deployed within a single day to track and pressure Russian infantry attempting to establish defensive positions. From the aerial perspective, individual movements stand out clearly against the snow. Attempts to flee or counter the drones appear uncoordinated and reactive. Limited equipment and the absence of effective countermeasures leave the soldiers with few realistic options once detected. Even when moving toward tree lines or uneven ground, the drones maintain precise control, adjusting altitude and direction while avoiding obstacles and keeping each target under continuous observation. The footage highlights a recurring tactical challenge on the modern battlefield. Infantry operating without adequate air defense, electronic protection, or coordinated support face constant exposure under persistent aerial surveillance. What might once have been moments of concealment or initiative now become brief windows before detection. The sequence illustrates how drones compress time, reduce uncertainty for operators, and shift the balance of risk against ground forces across open fields, forest edges, and transitional terrain near Donetsk. A Ukrainian optical drone races toward a Russian soldier moving through a residential area. As it closes in, the soldier breaks into a run, but the distance collapses too quickly. Nearby, a second drone commits against another soldier attempting to enter a building for cover, cutting off the escape before concealment is reached. Farther down the block, a third drone descends into a shelter, engaging a soldier who believed the position was secure. Moments later, another drone pursues a Russian soldier traveling by motorcycle, tracking speed and direction until movement stops. In the surrounding area, additional drones arrive in sequence, disabling equipment and positions one after another. The scene illustrates coordinated aerial pressure across multiple targets, where speed, coverage, and timing leave little room for safe movement in urban terrain. A Ukrainian drone detects 3 Russian soldiers advancing toward a village in the Pokrovsk direction. When the drone is noticed, the soldiers drop into roadside grass in an attempt to break contact. The aircraft releases ammunition toward the man positioned in the center, disrupting the formation. After the initial strike, the drone shifts focus and observes the second soldier, holding position and confirming movement patterns. Moments later, a controlled drop targets that location. The camera then returns to the first soldier, now bandaging a lightly injured leg. Attention shifts again to the third soldier, who glances upward before moving closer to his wounded teammate. The drone waits for alignment and timing. When both men converge, it commits once more, neutralizing the pair. The sequence demonstrates how patient observation and timing allow drones to exploit regrouping attempts under pressure. The scene unfolds across abandoned agricultural land in the Pokrovsk direction. A Ukrainian drone detects a group of Russian soldiers moving across open grassland on 2 motorcycles. After covering some distance, both vehicles stop briefly as the riders appear to exchange a few words. At that moment, a drone descends and engages near the motorcycles, but the attempt does not stop their movement. The soldiers accelerate and continue forward. From above, the drone maintains steady observation, tracking speed, spacing, and direction without committing too early. Additional drones apply pressure along the route, appearing intermittently ahead of the riders and forcing repeated adjustments. The pursuit continues until the riders reach a dirt road near the tree lines. There, the trailing motorcycle is intercepted and brought to a halt. A short distance later, the remaining motorcycle is also stopped. The sequence demonstrates how sustained aerial tracking and layered pressure gradually close off escape routes, even when initial interception attempts fail. The footage captures a striking moment inside a devastated village, where a Ukrainian strike drone detects a group of Russian soldiers moving through the rubble. From above, spacing and direction are clear. The drone releases ammunition into the center of the formation, successfully halting their advance and breaking momentum amid the ruins. According to released footage, 2nd Battalion 30th Mechanized Brigade conducted large-scale drone operations in the Pokrovsk sector. More than 20 drones were deployed in a single day to monitor and pressure Russian soldiers attempting to establish defensive positions inside dense forest terrain. From the air, infantry movement becomes visible almost immediately, even when units attempt to use trees and uneven ground for cover. In several sequences, soldiers try to flee once drones are detected overhead, but limited equipment and the absence of effective countermeasures leave them with few realistic options. Despite the complexity of the forest environment, drone operators maintain precise control, adjusting altitude and direction while avoiding obstacles and tracking individual targets. The footage highlights recurring tactical challenges on the battlefield near Pokrovsk, especially the risks faced by infantry operating without adequate air defense, electronic protection, or coordinated support under constant aerial surveillance.